Now, some of you guys don't get notifications for these segments, right? You'll watch the first segment and you won't get notified for the second one, or you won't see a link to it. I don't put an end screen on these because I'm not using my computer, and my phone app does not allow me to put the end screen on here so that you can click to the next video. So I number my videos. So you just type in the next number, do a search, type in the next number. You know, you do Jack Crafty 1167 or whatever the number is. Just type in that and it'll come up with the right video. And some of you are going, oh, so that's why he's got these weird numbers in the front. That's what that's for. Yeah, so you can find the videos if you don't get notifications. Many of you don't get timely notifications. Now this one, I'm not sure this will be available in the auction, this particular one. We'll see. This particular arrowhead. Because I might save it, since this material is so rare for me. I might save it. So yeah, let's see. I was being extremely delicate with that, but I think there was an incipient crack. I'm still within range of the size that I wanted anyway. It also appears that there's a weakness . See a little inclusion right there? It may have been a weak spot. I'm not worried about stuff like that anymore. It's toward the end of the process that really bugs me. Like when I'm almost done. Like, let's see. Where is it? Yesterday, something really got me depressed before I was making that last video. It was this one here. I'm almost done with this thing, right? And because of the flat pad, I ended up bridging this thing. There was pressure. Let's see. I had it resting on the pad like this, napping on the stem, when I should have been having it rest like this, so there's minimal contact with the pad, and I snapped it right there. Okay, it's bridged. There's a little bit of a depression there. Just a little bit can cause that bridge and snap it. And that's what happened. That's when it bugs me. This one didn't bug me because it's still in the initial stages. I'd rather it break now than later. Okay. Yeah, I should know better than to use a flat pad. I just like the black background. I think I mentioned that already. I'm napping a lot of lighter colors, so the black background helps to see what I'm doing. This hot weather, I'm doing the van life, right? So I'm sleeping in the van. At night it gets down to about 73, which is perfect, you would think, for sleeping. But the heat remains in the van for hours. So it's probably like 80 degrees in the van, and I have not been sleeping well. And why don't I sleep inside my house? Because of the allergens. My son now brings his little stray cat inside. The dogs come in every now and then. He lets them in, they run around the house and sniff everything up and then leave. But they leave their residue. They leave their dander. I can't be in the house for very long. And forget sleeping there overnight. I used to be able to keep an eye on the animals so they wouldn't be going inside all the time. But I'm not there anymore. So I've been sleeping in the van, which is nice. It's like camping, right? Not a big deal. It's just the heat. The heat. It'll get you. So napping without a lot of sleep is one of those things that's a real bummer. You gotta have plenty of rest and recovery, especially if you're doing it every day. Not only is it physically demanding on certain muscles, certain small muscles in the arms and stuff, it's also demanding mentally. So you get all these stress hormones running around in your brain. You want to be able to sleep them off. Right? That's what I hear. When you're sleeping, the brain cleanses itself of all the toxicities and nasty hormonities. Whatever. I'm not an expert on brain chemistry, but I know that sleep gets rid of them. All the nasties. So you try to nap without much sleep, it's not going to work very well. Although it does work better than trying to do math while you've got no sleep. Or trying to learn a new software program. Boss walks in and says, we need to use this software program for this particular client. Got about 2 days to learn it. Is that okay? Well, yeah, I guess so. This client is a multi-million-dollar client. Yeah. Okay. So there I go. Yeah, and if I don't have a lot of sleep, forget it. Forget it. I've only had that happen a couple times, though. Only a couple times. The client wanted some visual effects. Oh yeah, some of those clients want some nice visuals for presentations, apparently. Some international clients are like that too. They'll want you to use some certain things. We had some Russian clients that would want us to print out Russian labels for all these little pieces of equipment. Identifiers, part labels in Russian, and I had to learn a little bit of that, which was not easy. What made it easier was that they already had examples. So they just wanted you to cut and paste. And if you didn't find something that they had examples for, you'd call them up. I don't understand this one. Oh yeah, okay, we'll get one. Hold on. So, I send you one. 5 minutes. Okay, no problem. Yep, it reminds me of the days when I used to try to do stuff with very little sleep. You remember this stuff that's stressful. You don't remember the good stuff. The easy stuff just goes by. Just another day. Just another day. See, I'm doing it again, right? I'm using this when I should be using this. It's hard to break these little physical non-thinking activities. You've got to pay attention to these various things, whereas I don't have to with a domed pad. Let me see. I suppose this isn't too bad. I'd rather not be able to see, kind of, sort of, than to have it snap again. Alright. Sometimes I don't know my own strength on these fingers, and I'll just push way too hard and snap it. Obviously. Alright. Okay, so what do we got? This is the part that drives me up the wall. I put these things away. I gotta dig them back out and then stop the process. So I'm almost at the 1 inch. Stop the process. Hold on. Where was I? What did I do with the tool I just had a second ago? There we go. Now we can get back into the zone. Hopefully. Excuse me while I mess with the lighting. I got 2 lamps going and I still can't see. The shadows have got to be just right. See, if I have a shadow behind it, I can kind of see what I'm doing. All right. Just little flakes. Just little flakes. I think we lost about 10 minutes just dealing with the tip. I'm not going to flake over that area that's got the natural or the original flake scar. I'm not going to mess with it. Just going to regularize the edge here. Call it good. Pushing mainly downward, and where I can see a thinning opportunity, I will try to run a flake, but it's not thinning the piece, it's thinning the edge. There's a difference between thinning the whole workpiece and thinning just the edge. And right now with these short flakes, until I start getting near the tip, it's only thinning the edge. As I get closer to the tip and as it gets more narrow, I can run actual thinning flakes across the biface. See how that one went more than halfway? That is thinning the workpiece. Nice series of flakes there. Still a little bulgy. Just right there, just before it starts to get too wide to send in the nice easy flakes. These were, easy pressure flakes. Okay, let's see. I'll do a little bit more intense pressure on various things. See, this is rounded like it's supposed to be, so I won't snap it when I'm putting a lot of pressure. Let's see if I can get this to travel without overshooting. Did it do it? Yeah, kind of, sort of. All right, here we go. Did it reach halfway? That was this one here. I think it reached exactly halfway, but I needed to go further than halfway. Further. Should I take a chance and get a step fracture, or not get further than halfway? Or should I hit it with indirect percussion? Simple answer. No brainer. Yep. Simple answer. Okay, here we go. The edge is not dull enough. Heck with isolating platforms this small. It's another reason why I don't isolate very often. So I'm so used to working the small stuff. It's a pain in the butt to isolate the small stuff. Although some of you guys are using watchmaker precision on these arrowheads. You guys are nuts. I've seen some of you working on these little arrowheads with jewelry maker or watchmaker precision. Holy cow. I cannot do it that way. Alright, so I don't have to worry about thinning anymore. Okay. Right. If I start trying to thin it out, you'll remind me to hold on, put on the brakes. You don't need to do that right now. Not anymore. You already took care of the thinning. Just work on the contours of the edges and such. Right? You'll do that. You'll remind me. Don't pay attention to no lumps. We don't need to pay attention to no stinking lumps anymore. Just the monotonous pressure flaking. Get it down to about an inch wide. It's still going to look kind of funny for the type that I'm making, but oh well. I suppose there were some that were this wide. These little side notches. Side notch points. Just sharpening. Pushing downward like I'm doing a beveling. It's almost like doing beveling, but when it works, you don't get crushing, but it's not seeming to work, so I gotta grind it. Yeah, grind it and make it dull. Antler does do a better job at keeping it from crushing. If I were to use a piece of antler, but I'm not going to. I like the steel. I like it because I can just keep going. It just keeps going and going. Sharp, sharp, sharp. You gotta say it 3 times. Sharp, sharp, sharp. So if you don't, you'll leave a dull spot. Triple check the sharpness. Double check and triple check that there's no dull spots. Little serrations? Yeah, little serrations. That'd be good. Why is it good? Because it looks cool. Looks awesome. Awesome. Awesome, dude. Yep, I'm not going to touch that original flake scar. Nope, nope, nope. Sometimes I'll snap off the tip in my glove. It's rare, but it does happen, so I try to keep the tip between the fingers if it's a long arrowhead. If it's really long, I can't do it this way. I've got to hold it in a different way. Now what am I doing? I'm making the base concave. Because that's just the style I'm going to do. Yes, sir. Now I could do the indirect percussion thing. Oops. On the thinning. I might do that, yeah. Okay. I hear some of you reminding me, no more thinning. Only pressure. What are you doing? You told us to tell you. Stop. Once you start, you're gonna risk it. It might break all to pieces. Yeah. It might. But what's cool about instructional videos is that anything I do is instructional. Anything. You didn't know that? With an instructional video format, anything I do can be made into an opportunity for learning something. So there you go. That's my excuse. That's my story. I'm going to stick to it no matter what. I got an excuse for everything. I've learned from the best. Oh yes. Excuses for everything. Okay. Are we able to see? Can we see what we are doing? Who is napping vicariously? Raise your hand. Who is experiencing a napping experience vicariously? Quick, look it up. When you get the answer, raise your hand if you're doing it. I see hands going up. Yes, yes. Over half of you are using that, or doing that. Come on, everybody, look it up. What's vicarious? Oh, more hands are going up. I knew it. Yeah, one of the things about this particular video format is that you can live the napping experience from the napper's point of view. And it's in your brain as if you are doing the napping. So if you lose, like if you were to lose your cognitive abilities and you didn't know who was napping, you or the guy on the video, you would think it was you. Yeah. Oh yeah, I napped a bunch of arrowheads back in the day. Back when I had my full cognitive abilities. Yeah, okay, so we're gonna do some notches on this. Let me think here. Yeah, just drive them in. How about if I do a little bit deeper base. I don't know. No, not really. I'm not that adventurous today. Could do a very deep base, but I'm not. This is a little bit large. Well, actually, it's a lot bit large for a desert side notch. Oh well. Ceremonial. Oh yes. Big ceremony. Big medicine. Big arrowhead. Come on, you can do better than that. This is tough stuff. Yeah. Look at that. I pushed in extremely hard and that was it. Maybe this is raw. Maybe this is raw stuff. Dang. Okay. Maybe it is raw. It's a rare piece of raw jasper. Because you usually don't find pieces this large that are nappable. With the lustrous finish on it that makes it look heat treated. These notches, even though the edges are staying together pretty well, I'm able to push these flakes inward instead of having them expand out perfectly rounded. Still having a very nervous type of napping session because I'm having to push extremely hard. Usually that's a no-no. Yeah, I just took out part of that barb there. The upper part with that pop out. I thought it was in far enough, but apparently not. I still took off part of that barb. See that? But we're almost done. We are almost done. So you can remember in the future that you did it. Yeah, I napped a red jasper arrowhead. Just before the end of it, I blew out a barb. Kind of blew it out. But I fixed it. Yep. You sure did. Oh yes. It looks almost like a, you know, a hollow base or a concave base cahokia. There are such things. I think so. But I'm going to call it a desert side notch. Large one. Big ceremony, big medicine. See how much time I got. Ooh, still got a minute left. Ooh, I can do a lot in 1 minute. A lot could happen. Most of it not good, but I'll take a chance. Something very rare in flint napping, taking a chance. Right? What? Never mind, never mind. It's humor. It is humor. It is like sarcasm, sort of, I guess. I'm so glad the algorithm doesn't understand sarcasm. But eventually it will. Because what it'll do is just blanket ban. Yep, easiest thing in the world. You got sarcasm? Immediately, that's a no-no. Alright, so there you go. Good enough. The translucency is kind of there. Just to give you a comparison. Let's see. The light's not that it's not cooperating. Let's see, I cannot hold the lamp and do this. There it is. Hold on. Just to give you a comparison on translucency. So I call the red one a Jasper because it's not as translucent as the other one. Okay? Technically it's supposed to be completely opaque. Quick, look up opaque, and then by the time you get back, the video will be over. Okay? All right.